In security matters, the marketplace for touchless fingerprint readers. This month, NIST, the National Institute of Standards and Technology, released an update on its research with the FBI. They're working together to develop a set of common requirements, metrics, and open testing. The goal is to land qualified new tech on the government-certified products list. Joining me with more is Robert Bigman, founder of 2B Secure and former Chief Information Security Officer at the CIA. Bob, let's start with some of the potential benefits to touchless fingerprint readers. How do they compare to contact-based fingerprints?
Well, so the good news is it certainly helps the hygienically challenged among us, in which you don't have to actually touch anything anymore. The idea would be that contactless can actually pick up your fingerprint ID from a distance using some combination of IR and other types of collection mechanisms.
Now, let's get to some of the concerns like cybersecurity. Since July, we've covered the OPM data breach nearly every week. Once again, it serves as a cautionary tale. 1.1 million fingerprints stolen. Now, what about touchless readers, Bob? Do you have any security concerns there?
Absolutely. The big challenge for NIST and for the FBI is going to be to develop some capability to make up for the parts that are missing in touchless. And what happens is traditionally biometrics with fingers pick up just not the fingerprint scan portion of your fingerprint. It also picks up things like pressure and heat. You won't obviously have that, or have a harder time being able to get that in the contactless. So they're either going to have to substitute other measures or become very good at being able to capture those important aspects of the ability to measure biometrics.
Now, can all of this data be encrypted? That would be important.
Well, yeah, it'd be wonderful if all the data can be encrypted, but there's 1,000 reasons why it can be. And to be honest with you, encryption by itself, while a valuable tool, has to go hand in glove with more secure systems. To be honest with you, hackers don't really worry a whole lot about encrypted data because they attack the data when it's unencrypted inside the computer systems and being used by the users. They almost never really attack it in its encrypted form. That's simply too difficult.
No, good point. NIST researchers are working with a handful of private sector partners like MorphoTrack LLC and 3M Company. They say it's difficult to get tech developers to address these issues independently. Now, MorphoTrack is part of Safran, a company that does biometric work in all the states and many federal agencies. Do they have too much clout in this arena?
I can't address whether they have too much or not enough clout. I think the problem is there's never been a large inertia towards the biometric fingerprint business. It's more, understand that it's a lot more difficult than just coming up with a scanner. It seems at face value to be fairly straightforward, but it's fairly complicated when you understand how to securely digitize the fingerprint, how to movement and validate it between the fingerprint reader and the computer, and keep it secure in transmission all the way back to the back-end database. A lot of companies have stayed away from this technology because of the complications, not in the actual scanning technology, but in the security of the overall application.
NIST says it's also testing whether or not touchless fingerprint readers can work with legacy systems in government. You've done a lot of work in that arena. Is it possible?
Yeah, I think it's possible. You know, you have the user acceptance issue with traditional systems. You know, where do you interface, how do you interface, and how do you use it? The other problem is you almost always have to use the vendors, what they call APIs, application programming interfaces. And although there are some specific standards used for specifically biometrics and fingerprints, I don't see a lot of the big vendors, including Microsoft, at this point really committing to not just implementing, but supporting them in the long run.
Robert Bigman, founder of 2B Secure. Thanks for being with us.
Sure, thank you.